The old Chinese proverb tells us that if you only have 2 pennies left in the world, buy a loaf of bread with one and a lily with the other. It turns out that this advice is not just poetic, but it may actually be true. Flowers can literally feed the soul just as surely as bread feeds the body. If you've ever felt your mood soar after receiving flowers, or if you once smiled a little at a vase of daffodils in the window, there may be a scientific explanation. Professor Jeanette Jones wanted to find out why the human brain feels so rewarded by the sight of colorful blooms. Her study had 3 categories. First, she wanted to understand the effect of flowers on women. Then, she wanted to know how flowers affected both men and women. And finally, she wanted to explore the effect they had on older people. Jones sent out ostensible thank you gifts to 147 different women. Some were candles, some were fruit baskets, and some were flowers. Jones instructed the delivery men to act as observers. When these observations were analyzed in a lab later, they confirmed what most of us probably already know: flowers make women happy. In fact, they consistently produced a Duchenne smile, so named after the researcher who first identified this genuine, unfakeable expression of happiness. But the men and elderly people who received flowers also showed a boost in their overall mood, as measured by their behavior and self-report. What's more, the effect lasted longer than the happiness produced in others by the candle or fruit basket gifts. Jones published her findings in a 2005 paper in the journal Evolutionary Psychology. She concludes that cultivated flowers are rewarding because they have evolved to rapidly induce positive emotions in humans, just as other plants have evolved to induce varying behavioral responses in a wide variety of species, leading to the dispersal or propagation of the plants. Perhaps our ancient human history remembers flowers as a herald of spring and coming abundance after a long winter. Who could argue with that? Despite having little value beside their aesthetic charms, flowers have been grown arguably for as long as humans have grown food. Flowers are a universal symbol of beauty, joy, abundance, and a gift that signals appreciation and love. They've been given as gifts to people all across the world for thousands of years, and many cultures have a system of communication attached to each bloom. But can our fascination with flowers be measured in the brain? Another study by Lowry Douthwaite, a lecturer in psychological interventions at the University of Central Lancashire, found that flowers can produce measurable bumps in people's dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin levels, all of which create feelings of trust, bonding, well-being, and pleasure. Whether it's because of an ancient association of flowers with life and abundance, or flowers make us happy simply because they're pretty, is still up for debate. But if you're feeling depressed, try flowers. Grow them, sniff them, gift them, or just buy a bunch for yourself and put them somewhere you can admire their simple beauty. One beautiful example of how I personally utilize flowers to alleviate anxiety and enhance my overall happiness is through the creation of my own backyard flower garden. As someone who experiences occasional bouts of anxiety, I've discovered that immersing myself in the natural beauty and therapeutic aroma of flowers can be incredibly soothing and uplifting. Each morning, I take a stroll through my garden, carefully tending to each plant and marveling at the vibrant colors and delicate petals. The rhythmic process of nurturing and caring for these flowers helps me ground myself and find solace in the present moment. Witnessing the growth and blooming of each bud brings me a sense of accomplishment and joy, serving as a powerful reminder of the beauty and resilience of nature. The act of gardening itself acts as a form of meditation, allowing me to focus on the task at hand and momentarily release any worries or stresses that may be weighing on my mind. This intimate connection with nature and the enchanting allure of the flowers fill my heart with a profound sense of calmness and serenity, creating a sanctuary where I can retreat and find respite from the pressures of daily life. This has been The Anxiety Cure, 37 science-based 5-minute methods to beat back the blues, stay positive, and finally relax. Written by Nick Trenton, narrated by Russell Newton. Copyright 2023 by Nick Trenton. Production copyright by Nick Trenton.